Hey everybody, it's Zach again at newtutor.com. I want to come in and make a video tonight. I just was looking through the news and I saw the stuff on Drudge and I'm going to RT News and just some of my alternative economic news sources and just reading about some of the stuff. And I made a few notes because usually it seems like even when I make notes, I miss things when I want to talk about them. So this is my SITREP report for the month. What is going on in the world? The Olympics. You know, I've got a lot of stuff on my website about the Olympics. I posted some videos. I'm getting ready to post another one probably tomorrow sometime. And it's just about some of the symbolism and some of the things. People are expecting the Olympics to be attacked. They're expecting, nuclear explosions. They're expecting alien invasions. All kinds of things have been put forth. I just think right now that's not going to happen. A month ago, I would have said, yeah, that could be possible. It looks like there's a lot of symbolism going on that would lead to that. But I think it's been talked about too much now. And I think my personal opinion at this point is that it's not going to happen. We're not going to see some kind of nuclear event, some terrorist false flag event at the Olympics. I think the reason for that is it's being talked about too much. The Illuminati know that if it did happen now, they would be outed for it. Too many people have looked under the hood of 9/11 and some of these other incidents. They're aware of programs like MK Ultra and some of these things that maybe, the whole Colorado shooting and things like that. People are waking up, and so I think if they pulled that off in Britain, it would blow a lot of cover off and draw a lot of unneeded attention, where even the mainstream media may have to pay attention to some of these stories and theories. And so I don't think they'll do that. What I do think you're going to see, and take it to the bank because you're already seeing it, is tons of symbolism at the Olympics. The opening ceremonies, I believe, are on Friday night, the 27th. The evening of the 27th begins the 9th of Av, which is a biblically important and historically, biblically important day in the Bible. It has been throughout the rest of history as well, even in recent times since Yeshua. So is it all a coincidence? I don't know. We're going to find out. I mean, it's just a few days away. But I think we're definitely going to see a lot of symbolism. You're going to see a lot. If you look at the, and I'll post it right here. Here is the logo and the mascots for this year's Olympics. It's two aliens. And 24 years ago, whatever it was, the 1984 Olympics was the theme at the closing ceremonies was aliens and life from other planets and things like this. I do believe there is something to this demonic activity. This is absolutely demonic activity when things like this happen, and I don't know what to expect for this Olympics. All I know is that there's going to be a lot of symbolism. Look for the symbolism. Do not be deceived. Do not get drawn in by this stuff. Do not think this is entertainment and that it's fun. There are powers that be who are in control, and they're trying to get their message across and call down their master. And their master is not our master. It's just not. So be wary of that. No, I don't think there's going to be a terrorist attack, false flag. Maybe there will be, but I doubt it. I think there's just been too much talk and too much attention drawn to it. It's just too much chatter out there about that topic. And so I think we're going to see a lot of symbolism instead, and maybe some things happening behind the scenes that we don't know about until later. The economy, Germany's been downgraded yesterday, I think. Germany got down. The stalwart of European economics was downgraded by Moody's. Guys, it's over in Europe. It's over. The economy is done. Toast. And we've been saying this here in America for a long time, and I can't believe it's held together this long. And so, all these other economic, Andy Hoffman and Max Kaiser and all these guys out there who are SGT who are just saying, man, they couldn't believe it even got past 2008. I don't know how we've managed to hang on this long, but it's apparent. It's just abundantly clear that Europe is done. It's toast. Moody's downgraded Germany. When you downgrade, when your outlook is downgraded, you're definitely going to get probably a credit rating drop in the near future. It's going to happen. It's usually par for the course when that happens. So Germany's is getting ready to have a downgrade here shortly. in their credit rating. They've already had a downgrade for their outlook yesterday. Greece, the official in Greece basically came out, one of their prime ministers, whoever it was, came out and said Greece is now in a major depression and getting worse. There is no hope in the near future for Greece. We're in a major depression now, they said. So Greece is done. Spain, riots in Spain are out of control as they take the pensions, all this money that people put in the banks and put into bonds and all these different savings accounts and stock options and all these things have been what the government calls, and this is the word they use, sequestered. They have sequestered these savings, these investment channels. All of these things have been taken over by the government and sequestered. Folks, the government doesn't have the money to pay for the things it needs to pay for. So where is it going to go if it needs to? If it can't get money from the printing presses in Belgium or wherever that is in the euro, it's going to come to you, and they're going to take what you got. Folks, that's the way it's been since the beginning of time. When the government needs something, it takes something from its citizenry because, number one, you're a bunch of peasants, and you are being ruled over. The one thing we had going for us here in America, and it seems like that's going to quickly go away, is that we had the Second Amendment, which said, no, we run things and we have the power ultimately because we have the ability, the force to take it back. But it seems like even the Second Amendment is now under attack, and we're going to lose that shortly, or they're going to try to take that, and that's just going to lead to more bad stuff down the road for here. But in these other countries, you're just a serf, you're just a peasant subject, and they can, when they want something, they're going to take it from you. If you got it, sorry, give it up because it ain't yours. You are a slave to the master, and your master is the government. You're these kingdoms in Europe. So Spain is just completely in riots because they thought, they were living in a democracy. They thought they were living in freedom. Surprise, woo! Hate to wake you up. No, you're living in a kingdom, and you are serf, you are subject, and we just gave you the illusion that you were living in freedom, but you're not. Sorry, you're not. And so they're just now coming to that realization, and they're rioting. I mean, who wouldn't be upset? London's reporting no gold. There's no gold in London. There's all kinds of talk about the actual amount of gold that England, the Great Britain actually has in possession is a lot less than what was speculated, what's on the books, what's being reported, and that's going to come home to roost very quickly. Which is another reason why people are expecting a catastrophic false flag nuclear event going on somewhere in London. Usually these things happen. The accounting office was the Pentagon. Guys, if you wonder where the plane ran into in the Pentagon, it chose of all places the accounting office, and it was Donald Rumsfeld who came out a few days before the 9/11 attack and said, "Hey, listen, we've misplaced $1 trillion." Well, we got to go back and look at the books and see what we can find, but I think we just misplaced $1 trillion. And so what happened a few days later? Well, a plane runs into the accounting department. Well, that's not a coincidence. Okay, so now London is missing a bunch of gold, and it's obvious that there's something's been misplaced here. We'll see what happens, but like I already gave you my opinion on what I think is going to happen for the Olympics. But you never know. Uprisings in Americans. You guys seen this in Anaheim? Anaheim, California is up in flames. There's police shootings. I saw the video of these people, basically these cops releasing these dogs on these people and where these kids were at, and they're shooting these shotgun pellets, the pepper pellets and the beanbag guns at the people with the kids, like right in near proximity of these people who were getting shot. And I mean, little kids, and it's just, you see that on TV, and it just makes your blood boil. What were these cops thinking? I mean, back off of the situation. Just leave the area. Usually when you see a situation like that getting out of control, the best thing that someone can do is unless someone's in immediate danger, is to just back off and leave the area. I'm never going to be one to go to a riot and protest and things like that. I used to do some of that stuff, but I'm never going to do it again because that's where people get hurt. Especially in this day and age, you'll never see me at a protest. That's where bad things happen. And so when you have heated exchanges going on like that, it's just best if one party could just back off. And these cops, who are supposed to be professionals, should just back off and say, you know what, nobody's being hurt here, no one's in immediate danger, we're just going to leave and let this go. And they didn't do that. What they do, they released their canine unit on this guy and knocked over this woman who was carrying her infant child, with this gnarling dog. It was just a huge German Shepherd. and she knocks over with her baby, and they're shooting shotgun pellets at people with the kids, behind them. It's crazy. And so people are upset. They're going nuts, and the riots are getting out of control. And so what do? They shot another guy, and the riots just got bigger. Now the reports are saying that they're sending the FBI in to Anaheim, and that's just going to bring in a bunch of more stormtroopers and make people even more angry. And instead of leaving some of these neighborhoods where passions are running high, they're actually just upping patrols. I mean, they're asking for a fight. Guys, America. We're too well armed. We have too many people with guns here. And trust me, I am not against the Second Amendment. I fought very hard many years for the Second Amendment in politics, in the arena of politics. I'm not against the Second Amendment, but guys, we are way too well armed in this country. Combine that with a moral compass that has been destroyed, and you have unbelievable chaos on the horizon. Because we don't have the ability, the moral fortitude to understand what is right and what is wrong, and how someone is supposed to properly act around others. We don't know how to work and play well with others anymore. We don't have that moral compass. We've never been told what's right from wrong. These future generations who are now coming up to adulthood haven't been told, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not, thou shalt respect their elders. Or you should respect your parents. Don't murder people. And so you have people who are really well armed in today's America and who have no moral compass. That's just going to lead to bad things. I'm not saying the thing is not to take away the guns. The thing is to start teaching people right and wrong. Get people back in their Bibles, teaching them the Ten Commandments, get God and the Scriptures back in schools, and start teaching our children, what is right and what is wrong. But we don't do that today. We fight, tooth and nail for separation of church and state, which doesn't even exist in the Constitution. And so you've got just complete haywire on the horizon. It's going to happen. Chicago right now, people are all saying, oh my goodness, we look at all the people who died in Colorado. Have you seen the people who've died in Chicago on a weekly basis, on just regular street shootings in Chicago? I mean, people, the number of people who die in Colorado die every 2 weeks in Chicago on the streets. It's nuts, but that doesn't get reported. What gets reported is somebody dressed up in a costume going into a movie theater and shooting up about 12 people at a time. That's what gets the news. It's going to get a lot worse. It's going to get a lot worse, folks, and that's why I'm popping smoke. We're getting ready to move. We're getting ready to get out of here, and people think I'm crazy. They think I'm trying to stick my head in the sand. No, I'm trying to protect my family, because this is what's coming. This is what's coming, and there's just no other way to look at it. If you want to stick around and stay in these cities and take your chances, good luck. I hope you got a lot of ammo and a lot of friends, because you're going to need them. Me and my friends, we're out of here. We're hitting the wood line and heading out. So it's only we're getting ready to pack up this office here. Most of their stuff we've gotten packed up, moved out. We still have some furniture. We're going to be moving here soon in the next last couple months. But we are very close to leaving here and getting somewhere a little more safe away from the city. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to being self-sustaining, self-reliant, and being insulated from the chaos that is this world. We will not be out of the world. We will still be out there trying to win people to the Lord and sharing the gospel and the good news with them. But absolutely, I'm out of the mayhem. I'm going to get out of the city. There was a video on YouTube the other day of a guy who was driving down the road, and he's going through checkpoint after checkpoint. He's like, dude, why am I going through 3 checkpoints on the way home from work? Why? Well, you're in a police state, and it's coming to most metropolitan areas. You're going to see that in a lot of different places. They're going to want to see your papers. They're going to want to see your license. They're going to want to know if you're an American. They want to know where you're going to. Why are you going this way? Why are you going that way? This is America, and we should have freedom of travel, but we don't have that anymore. This is a police state. It's only going to get worse. Our schools are completely morally bankrupt. They're teaching our children things that we should never be teaching our children. They're teaching them the ways of the world, so why to keep your kids in a public school? But there's some people here I know that didn't. I mean, listen, if you want to move, if you want to get out of this, you can do it. It just takes the fortitude to get up and go. And some people don't want to do that. They don't want to leave their job. They don't want to leave their family. They don't want to. They're just going to take their chances, and it's going to end badly for a lot of people because we're coming into some really hard times. in the near future. I don't know what it's all going to look like. I'm not predicting the future. All I know is that I'm seeing the signs. And my scriptures tell me those who know the Torah, those who know the feast days, those who pay attention to the scriptures and to the Father's word will see things on the horizon and will know what to do. Well, I know that I'm leaving. So, that's about it. Now, listen, I mean, don't get depressed in all this. We should be encouraged. We should be happy. What this means is the Father's return is near. His son, Yeshua, is coming home soon. He's going to come home and claim what is his and take it out of this world. And so that's good news for us. So we should not be depressed about any of this, sad, doom and gloom. At the same time, we should be looking for people we can help along the way and get them through it as well. In the meantime, keep your nose in this book and find out what is right and what is wrong. Repent, get on your knees, humble yourself before the Father, and ask Him for His wisdom. Every time that is one prayer He will always answer. Seek His wisdom first. That's it. Go home. That's the end of the SITREP. Read your Bible. Thanks.